Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special Duskmourn draft here on the channel. Today, we are joined by one of the greatest drafters here on the internet. He is a U.S. Nationals champ. He is a Grand Prix champion. He is one of the best Magic the Gathering commentators. He even worked on the play design team for a time. He is none other than Paul Cheon, and welcome to the channel, Paul.
Hey, hi. Yeah, it's good to be here. I have been a fan of your channel for a bit, especially as I kind of got back into the content creation game. I'm like, let's see what the better limited content creators are doing out there. So I took a lot of inspiration from your videos actually to figure out how I wanted to sculpt my content.
That is an honor. I've been a fan of yours for quite some time. My first Grand Prix ever was your last Grand Prix ever, Grand Prix Las Vegas, Amonkhet. So I watched some of your matches in person there, which was always kind of cool. But anyway, to the topic at hand, Duskmourn Limited. What are your thoughts on the format before we dive into our draft?
Well, let me tell you, when I first started, I got my butt kicked. I mean, absolutely. There's just a lot of extremely powerful uncommons and rares in the set, and it took a while for me to figure it out. But I will say this: I got my butt kicked, but I still found the format to be really, really fun. This format seems extremely deep. There's a lot of just different directions you can go. The mana fixing is great. 3 and 4 color decks are potentially viable. So once I kind of got used to what I needed to do, I've been having an absolute blast, and I've been winning a little more over the weekend as a result. But when I started, I think 15 drafts in, I had like a low 50% win rate, and I was just having a terrible time. But now I'm loving it.
Yeah, I think this format is one of those ones where you can win with a variety of strategies, which sometimes makes it harder to pinpoint exactly where to go. One of the things I've been doing is like I ended up drafting the same deck like 5 times in a row just because I like those cards. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that's because it's good or because I just like doing it. Because I just ended up with a lot of red and green cards in my pool every single time. But what strategies have you been finding success with?
Well, the strategy that I found the most success with is basically just basically any green based deck with and basically not pairing it with white. So I'm not a big fan of the white green survival strategy, but pairing green with any combination of red, blue, and black. And then because green has so much good mana fixing, oftentimes I'm a third or a fourth color. So I'll be, the blue green manifest deck with a light delirium theme, or a black green or red green deck with a delirium theme have all worked really, really well for me. Part of that is because I just think green is extremely deep. You're looking at 5 2-mana cards that you can play that are all playable, that you're happy playing. So you're never gonna have a bad time with your curve. And one of the best green commons is also the Centipede, which is one of my favorite cards in the set. So I've just been going base green, splashing all the busted cards, because there's a lot of busted cards in this format. Most of them are uncommon. And so, you want to be splashing the bookworms. You want to be splashing all kinds of powerful uncommons. So I've just been having a lot of success just going 3 to 4 color base green mid-range decks.
Okay, yeah, I think green is really good as well. It's been something that it's one of the things during spoiler season. I just read all the cards. I'm like, oh, all the green cards look really solid. And that's just generally a nice spot to be, because even if it's not the most open, you'll get something good. And that's just kind of how I like to operate as well. I'm going to start the queue off. But while we do, is there any sort of like pet cards you think that you like more than other people that we can keep our eye out for?
Yeah, so there are some cards that you get late that I like. What is it? Forgive me, I might not know all the names just yet, but the 5 mana 6 damage removal spell, that's red, the red delirium card.
Yeah. I know the exact artwork. I'm so much better with artwork than what they do.
You know it. There's like a burning gremlin on there.
Yeah,
but that card you often get late. But when I'm red green delirium, that card is just 5 mana, kill a thing, draw a card, and you get that thing super late. So you can just kind of reliably get that card, and I'm just happy having that card in my red green delirium decks, especially because for the most part I try to keep my curve super low, just because just naturally over the course of the draft, you're just going to find things to do with all your mana. The combination of the rooms, the land cyclers, there's just always something to do. Flipping over your manifest cards, where I just keep my curve low, and then I just take that at the top end of my mana curve, and that just says kill a thing, draw a card.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's called Into the something, but I got Into the Royal or Into the Inferno or something like that. But we'll find out. Anyway, speaking of busted rares, I think Ghostly Dancers is a pretty good start to a draft.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the best rares in the entire set, so not going to be too difficult here. We'll note that probably not going to end up drafting that mid-range green deck that I talked about, just given this start, because
Hmm.
oftentimes you want to pair Ghostly Dancers with the colors that have all the enchantments, which oftentimes are going to be blue-white, ideally,
Hmm.
and then you
Hmm.
can do a black-white. I've even had a red-white Ghostly Dancer deck work out, but of course, I mean, there's the Reluctant Role Model. I think that card's just fine, whereas the
Yeah.
Dancers is just absurd.
Reluctant Role Model, I think, is like them retroactively giving Shahar Shenhar a card. That's kind of, I can't unsee it. It was the first thing I thought when I saw the card. It just looks like
Yeah,
Shahar
no,
a little
that's
bit.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also Ghostly Dancers. I think an obvious pick. When you look at packs, do you just tend to gravitate towards the rare and then work your way down the rarities?
I mean, that's it's the most exciting part of a pack. So it's something that you do look at, especially in this format, because there are so many bombs. You just kind of are hoping you don't open a ley line and you open something
Yeah.
remotely playable in the top left corner. So yeah, of
Hmm.
course you look at the rares. They just have such a higher win rate, but yeah, you just kind of move down the line, but then you also just kind of try to keep an eye out for what you're passing. I don't, and then just kind of move on from there.
Hmm. So the fact that we passed a white rare that was pretty solid, that doesn't really factor in too much, right? Because we have a really good
No,
white
no,
rare.
it doesn't. It doesn't. Sometimes that could be like a tiebreaker. If you have a close pick, but let's say there's two good black cards and one good white card, then you take the white card. But when it's a Ghostly Dancer, you just slam it. And what's really important is recognizing the signals from the right side, right?
Hmm.
You need to figure out what's being passed to you, not what you're passing, because you only get kind of the one pack cut off from you. Whereas if you figure out what's open on the right side, that's two packs that you get.
Yeah, because pack 1 and 3 are from the right. So in this pack, there's a Veteran Survivor and an Unsettling Twins if we wanted to stay in white. And then there's like a Fear of Being Hunted, a Vanish from Sight. What do you like taking here?
Yeah, this is a pretty weak pack. I mean, the Survivor is fine, and Fear of Being Hunted is also fine. Sorry, we ran out of time here. So
No, wait, not a big deal.
the reason why the Unsettling Twins is fine, but it's just a 4-mana card. So
Yeah.
there's just so many 4-mana options that I want to play. So I'd rather just try to keep my
Hmm.
curve lower.
Yeah, I think Veteran Survivors was what I would have taken there. And so
Yep.
I think we were having an interesting chat. And so I can also make picks while you're chatting. But yeah, I like letting you go on because I think that's really interesting in the point you're making. Here, there's a Spine Seeker Centipede that you were talking about, the card you really like. And then there is a Surgical Suite, which keeps us in white. And so I think those are mostly our options. And then there's also the Bookworm, which is a great card.
Yeah. I mean, given our start, the suite seems to make the most sense, right? It goes well with the Ghostly Dancers. Just noting that obviously there's a Bookworm there, and Bookworm's premium level uncommon cards, like one of the quote unquote mythic uncommons in the set. But it's kind of hard to do that based off of our start when there's a perfectly fine, powerful uncommon there that's currently in our colors.
Yeah, I think Surgical Suite's also really nice with Ghostly Dancers because you'll often like have the Surgical Suite in play and you can just unlock the room for free with the Dancers to immediately get the payoff, which is a nice little upside so they can't ever like kill this without you getting some value. I think Centipede's also really good. If we didn't start with Ghostly Dancers, I think we could take like Centipede or something there.
Sure. Yeah, and honestly, I like my favorite combination is Ghostly Dancers plus the common room that's white, because you basically just don't make the 1/1, and then you cast the Ghostly Dancers, target that room, make the 1/1, and you get 2 3/1s in play the turn you cast it.
Gosh, that's actually that's messed up.
That's
I like how neither of us knows what that card is called. The room.
Glimmer token.
Yeah, you just get a glimmer token. Like as a commentator, I imagine you had to study those a lot, and I imagine this set would have been like is a nightmare because of all the rooms in it. They're just two names.
Right. I'll be commentating the World Championship, but that's 3 weeks from now.
Of course.
So I do have a lot of time here. Here, I think I would look at probably one of the red options, probably just Arabella. That card is pretty broken. I love me a Scorching Dragonfire, but Arabella is kind of one of the main reasons to kind of go into red-white. So
interesting. Whenever I read this card, like it's only been played against me like once or twice, and I've never like prioritized it enough because I just love things like Scorching Dragonfire so much.
Sure.
But I'm excited to get a chance to try it out. One of the best things about drafting the deck with a guest and then playing the games is I can give you all of the credit if we win, and then I take all of the blame if we lose. So it's really a win-win for you. That's how we like to do things here.
That's totally fair.
Here there's thank you. I think it's more than fair, shall we say. Here there's a Flood Pit's Drowner. There is a Hardened Escort to stick to white. There's Glimmerlight, I guess. Kind of a little bit of a dud of a pack. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, Glimmerlight is a totally fine pick, but I think a 5th pick Drowner might be potentially assigned. This is a premium uncommon. I think people still kind of sleep on this card, but this card is absolutely fantastic. It just kind of lets you kill anything that you need. And if you get an aggressive start, you can also use this to tempo somebody out. And obviously, given the Ghostly Dancers, we kind of want to be blue-white anyways. So I think I'm going to take that because the 3 mana 2/4 is just kind of a mediocre filler level card anyways. Yeah. Glimmerlight being the other option out of this pack, I think.
Yeah, Flood Pitch Drowner, the first 5 times or 10 times I read it, I thought that it said flying instead of flash. And I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is insane. Why would you ever shuffle this away?
It would also be good, but with flying, you can't actually kill the creature, right?
Yeah, you never want to shuffle it away. You're just like, oh, I'm just gonna... I was like, that's a bit of weird text on this card. Here, there's another blue card, so Bottomless Pool, Locker Room, another kind of nice expensive one to go with the Ghostly Dancers. Then there is Cult Healer in white, there's Hand That Feeds in red, and then an Underwater Tunnel as all his options.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just slamming the Bottomless Pool here. That card is just fantastic. Just 1 mana combat trick, turns on your Eerie, and then blue-white typically has a good number of flyers, so Locker Room actually ends up being pretty relevant in the late game as well.
Yeah, I think I've generally just been pretty impressed by the rooms as a whole. I think they perform quite nicely. Looks like blue is pretty open. We see 3 good blue cards here, or at least playable ones. There's Keybearer, Unwilling Vessel, and Vanish from Sight, and then a couple white cards too.
Yeah, I think I prefer probably the Vessel here, just because kind of in your ideal blue-white deck, you're just going to want to trigger Eerie a bunch. I know we have a couple of rooms already, but the Keybearer, I just don't like the body. If that was a 4 mana 2/4, that would be great. Yeah. But given the existence of Scorching Dragonfire, just 4 mana 3/3 flyer, like obviously when it works, it's awesome, but oftentimes it's just not very good at blocking, and it just kind of dies to a lot of the good removal effects. So I'd rather just take the other card.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's nice to have 4-drops that can like tangle in combat, and flying just doesn't really like the flyers are more aggressive cards, which blue decks are often on the other side of the spectrum. Now the same problem with Erratic Apparition. A 3 mana 1/3 on defense is kind of yikes.
Yeah, I mean, now that there's literally no other options, I'd probably take the Keybearer and see what happens.
Yeah, I like how neither of us even wants to mention the phone.
No,
the phone
I'm not. I'm not phoning home.
The first time I killed one of my opponent's creature, the first time my opponent played this, I killed their creature and then they whiffed, and I was like, oh.
That's probably the last time they're going to play that card.
I didn't even have to. I had not even considered whiffing as a possibility, and I still thought it was bad. And I was like, oh wait, they can just miss horrifically.
Interesting with Ghostly Dancers, to be fair, right? Like you can kind of look for the Ghostly Dancers, but
true. Here, there's a Smoky Lounge, Misty Salon. There is Conductive Machete. There's the Teddy. Yeah,
I like the Machete. It's just a fine card. It's a 4 mana 4/3 mana sink in the late game, right? You can just kind of move it around, and so some manifest cards. If we randomly pick up like a Paranormal Analyst, and we happen to have a couple of manifest dread effects, it can be a little bit better.
One will notice that for the good cards, we know the names. Scorching Dragonfire, Paranormal Analyst,
let's go.
Machete, let's go. We know all the names. Ghostly Dancers, not forgetting that one. Here, there is Vanish from Sight. There's a Land Cycler. There's the Unplayable Rare. All the blue cards came back.
Yeah, I would take the Vanish from Sight out of this pack. It's it's a little bit slow, but I still don't mind having one copy of it. And in general, I just don't think the Land Cyclers are that great. Just because everybody's just going to have everybody's just going to have a no shortage of 2 mana plays. Like green has 3 2 mana commons that are 2-drops. The Death Touch, the 3/1 creature, and the Manifest Dread. So everybody's curving out. So it's really difficult sometimes to take the turn off to actually land cycle because you just fall too far behind.
Yeah. I think the pack that we ended up, we could take Cult Healer, I guess.
I think we're going to have enough playables. I would actually maybe spec on the land.
That makes sense.
We're looking like we have more than enough cards. We're probably not playing the Arabella. But
we're probably not.
But I'm just saying, like, there are some cool black enchantments, right? Yeah. So there's a world where if we do get enough fixing, maybe we can splash, black or red, right? It just kind of depends on what we see.
Living the dream.
Okay.
I assume this is you getting excited about dissection tools.
Batterskull, yeah. Let's.
I have passed this card before, and then I played against it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty
I did the
annoying.
exact same thing. I was like, oh, this card's probably fine, and then I played it, and I was like, oh,
my opponent played it against me, and then they like sacrificed the creature that I'd turned into a 0/2, and I was like, oh, all of their creatures are just like devastatingly powerful now.
You
Like,
can't block them, and it's impossible to race. Obviously,
yeah.
Split Skin Doll is great, but Dissection Tools is on another level. It gives us a sack outlet too for our 3-mana 3/2 creature, the Unwilling
Oh,
Vessel, and then also it does combo pretty well with the Tunnel Surveyor, right? Just because you get to kind of just chuck away your Glimmer card and
Tunnel
pump something
Surveyor.
big.
Where's the Tunnel Surveyor? Oh, we don't have it yet.
We're gonna get one, obviously.
We're gonna
Right.
get one.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't have one of those cards.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
The Gremlin Tunneler or whatever he's called. Oh wait, I
Right.
guess yeah. You probably know his name because it's a good card. That's kind of what we established. Here, there's Exercise. I always pronounce this the same way as like exercise, like running around, and I don't know how like the other way of pronouncing it would be. But there's Fear of
It could
Falling.
be Exorcise. I don't know.
Excelsior size.
Exorcier. Yeah. I would probably lean. Well, so there's Unable to Scream, but I'd probably just lean towards the Exercise. I don't think I'm interested in the 5-drop. We already just have 2 awesome 5-mana cards. So I just want to kind of keep my curve low. Hopefully we can table either the Unable to Scream or Glimmerlight. Unable to Scream is also a card that's kind of risen in my rankings. At first, I was just like, well, why would I want to play this card? It's bad if they're playing Black Red Sacrifice. They can bounce it, but it's just so cheap, right? And then you just have, especially in blue-white, you're going to just have incidental eerie effects. So just having something like this is always really nice.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes. Oh my gosh. This is what having you on the channel has done. It has given us the good fortune. This is maybe the best. I mean, we get a third pick.
Yeah, well, hey, to be fair, we cut it off. So
we cut it off. It was all skill, really. Honestly,
I actually did get to. I did get to just play with this. Let me tell you right now, people don't know how to play against this card. They just like there's a lot of words on this. They're just like, wait a second, you can save your creature by blinking it. Whoops. Like so many times my opponents have just used removal spells on creatures when I have an active Nico. And obviously, double Eerie trigger is great. Then you can sack the shards to scry one, draw a card, or you can just clone. I mean, this card is just outrageously good.
That card is. It's also just a 3-for-1 casually. Like comes in, makes 2 cards that draw you cards.
Super Mole Drifter,
Super Mole Drifter, yeah. I like how everything is the lens of Mole Drifter. Now there is Trapped in the Screen. I think probably the only card remotely in consideration. What do you think of Trial of Agony? But like,
I have. For us. So it's funny. I hear people saying it's absolutely busted. Like, oh my gosh, this is the card I want in all my red white decks. For me, I think it's just okay. I actually think it's not even that much better than the 1-mana combat tricks in red and white. So we're talking about Jump Scare and Inside Out. I just don't think it's that much better than those 2 cards. So it just never kills a thing that you want. Obviously, the ceiling is very high where you go on the play, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, cast this card. But I just think it's a fine card to play.
Yeah. The coolest thing I saw was somebody told me that you can like cast it and then with it on the stack, you can Scorching Dragonfire something and then they have to deal 5 damage to something. And that was
you can go through some hoops to make it use it as a removal spell.
Yeah, exactly. I have also never been super high on the card. It's nice.
It looks cool, right? It looks cool. Like you read it a few times and you kind of get it, and you're like, okay, I can see where this works, but not killing the thing. The thing is, you want your removal spells to be able to kill those bookworms or the gremlin tamers, and this just doesn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. There's just so many high impact cards that like stick around and get value that you just need to be able to answer them. Yeah, here we're getting a land for our mana base, which is perfect. It's going to be real nice to have.
Yeah, now just kind of easy moding the rest of this, although now we have just a pack that has absolutely nothing. But I guess if we have a lot of good top end stuff, so yeah, I think Seize from Slumber is fine. I'm not a big fan of the Peeper in general, even if I'm kind of doing the enchantment thing. I just find that the body is quite weak. I guess if I have a gazillion rooms, then I know that I can use the mana every single turn, it can be okay. But
I actually like Seized from Slumber. I like the cards that are good in the games where you're behind, because you'll play games where you're on the draw against a fast deck, and the fact that you get like a mediocre card like this 6th pick, and then all of a sudden it's like an A+ in the games where you're like losing, it's just 2-mana kill anything. It's kind of nice sometimes.
Hey, we're also kind of light on interaction. We're not super fast either, right? I'm looking at our curve and it's actually looking pretty bad. So having that is actually pretty good for us, I think.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Flood
Yeah.
Pit's Drowner as one of the only 2-drops. I
We
guess we
need
could
the
get a
2/2
Teddy.
vigilance. Yeah, I
We
mean,
could get
maybe you
Teddy
take this Teddy just because.
over Dagger Maw.
I mean, do we really need Dagger Maul? Look at how look at our curve.
Yeah, our
I
curve is
think
great.
there is a world. I don't want to live in that world, but there's a world where we might have to play the Teddy just to have as a 2-mana card. So that's why I would.
Well, this is looking
Wow.
great. And we can splash red because of our
we got
land
the
pickup.
Lighthouse. All right.
Genius. We got the Lighthouse last pick. Nobody wants
I
it.
know.
We're dreaming. This is awesome.
This is
Our
great.
deck
Then
is-
we're not
our
really
deck is
losing
looking
out
sick.
on anything. Yeah.
Yeah, we can just play this and then splash this off of like a couple sources and
Yeah.
crushing it. Here's one of the many 2-drops you were discussing.
Right. No more.
so many.
No more expensive cards.
No more.
Just-
Yes.
I just want. What's the name of the 2-mana 2/2 enchantment vigilance thing?
2-mana
Eerie
2/2.
something.
Oh, he's this. It's a little like it's got like the eyes and stuff. It looks kind of like a Kamigawa card.
You know what's funny?
It
is, like, that
surveils
actually-
one.
Yeah, you know what's funny is like, I think when I first read the set, I'm like, oh, acrobatic cheerleader. That's going to be the best 2-drop in white. It's
Oh.
definitely not the cheerleader, and it's
Yeah.
definitely the surveil creature.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Unable
wait,
to screen
hold
came back.
on. It might be Glimmerlight.
There's
Is that crazy?
It sounds crazy. I mean, we can just kill a 2-drop with this. It's
Yeah, you're right.
Glimmerlights. Also, we don't have a ton of creatures. I feel like we have 8 creatures.
Well,
for our equipment.
I mean, it's just like yeah.
One of-
I'm looking at it as a 2-drop.
We're gonna get
well,
plenty
we
of
might have to
2-drops.
play
We've
that.
got creeping peepers on lockdown. We're gonna get like 6 of them around the wheel here.
Can you get that out of my sight already?
One of the best quotes I've ever heard in Magic the Gathering. Unable to scream is like it was. I think Reed was talking about playing Hydroblasts in Legacy, and he was like, sometimes if you start main decking Pyroblasts in Legacy, it's like almost like saying that you don't care if your opponent is playing a non-blue deck because you'll just beat them anyway. And that's kind of how I feel about taking Unable to Scream. It's like it almost doesn't matter if we don't have 2-drops because we'll just beat them anyway with Unable to Scream.
Yeah. The thing
like-
is,
it's
you
like-
just kill whatever annoying thing that they have, and then you just play something. Like our late game is so good, right? We just have 2 of the premier rares in the set, and we have like a Phyrexian Arena effect. So
And our 2-drops are unlocked with the Creeping Peepers.
okay,
We've started to crush it.
Yeah, I don't see that as a 2. I don't recognize that as a 2-drop. So
Yeah, it's got a huge eyeball on it. So yeah, okay. Restricted Office. So we've got like a board wipe if we want it, but I don't think the card is.
I don't think that card is
Crazy.
particularly good.
Yeah.
Like if you play against a red-white deck, it's just a stone blank. I think it's a card that you get kind of late in best of 3, and you board it in against like green decks.
Yeah, I think we can take a Tunnel Surveyor here.
There
or
we
a
go.
Glimmerlight. But I don't think. I think Glimmerlight will wheel. I would almost bet money that Glimmerlight wheels.
I think there's a good chance that it wheels, but we'll note that Glimmerlight has been overperforming relative to my initial kind of ratings on the card. This card actually does a decent amount of work, especially in blue-white.
Yeah, I think I put it in a deck once and it didn't do great, and then I've never played it.
That's fair.
That was my very small sample size of just like, and then since nobody else
never
is really
playing
it,
this again.
Never.
Oh my gosh, it was so
wasn't-
bad.
It wasn't even that bad. It was like I think I probably won the game I played it. And
It's
I was like,
totally
I
fine. Yeah.
I just want to try something else. And like, okay, I think we can take Tunnel or Key Bearer or Cultist.
I'm just taking the tunnel here probably.
I like the Tunnel. I think Tunnel's pretty reasonable.
It's fine.
Takes us towards good cards. The Surveil 2, find a Ghostly Dancers, play Ghostly Dancers,
Right.
unlock it,
Play a
put
turn
bunch of
1,
triggers.
unlock. Yeah.
Pretty good. I mean,
Also, the
not
other
greatest.
cards suck. So
Yeah, the other cards suck unless we're red black.
yeah, well,
Oh
that
my
card's
God.
awesome.
Oh, that's why I was thinking of the Unable to Scream thing. It's like, oh, if you play Unable to Scream and they get to use sacrifice triggers, it's like, oh, they're playing red black sacrifice, so you'll beat them anyway.
Yeah,
That's why
fair
that's
enough.
why I thought of that's why I was thinking of the Reed Duke quote.
Okay, how much manifest do we have?
We have a little bit of it. We have the machete, we have a dissection tools, we have the underwater tunnel.
Okay, that's probably enough. It's a 2-drop too, so
yeah, so we could take this and then we can wheel the Peculiar Lighthouse to help our red splash.
there you
And
go.
then we can get the Unable to Scream back maybe, or the
This is
entryway.
actually a pack where we want like 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
take all the
the-
cards out of this pack.
The entryway is also quite nice, but I like I like
What's
the
your thought
upside
on-
of the analyst. And also, it just absorbs removal. Like
Mhm.
people see that card and they're like, "Oh, I gotta kill it. I have to kill it."
Yeah, that's exactly how I thought. That's my exact thought process with it.
I do the exact same thing too. So
I think we're all on that page. Okay, there's a land that we probably shouldn't take because there's good cards for us. There's
yeah.
Meat
I don't know
Walker,
how many
Vessel.
enchantments. How enchantment heavy are we? Like, do we like? What's our curve looking like?
We have 6 enchantments. We have
I don't think
pretty
we
high
want.
curve.
I don't think we need the make a 3/3. We have so many fours, so I think it's
Yeah,
between Meat Locker or just another vessel. That would
yeah,
be what I'm considering here. I guess we're a little bit light on threes just because I'm probably not going to want to play the apparition. So
yeah.
let's just try
Pretty nice
this and
pickup.
see where it goes.
Yeah, we have a lot of vessels.
It's good with the dissection tools.
Yeah. We now get another Tunnel Surveyor, or we could
Yeah.
play this card with a bigger splash, or we could even take Fear of Imposters, a card I have literally never seen in play.
I hate that card.
Yeah.
I feel like in blue white and maybe it's at its best because you get the Eerie trigger, but it's just I in a lot of decks I just like Twist Reality more, but I'd probably just take the Surveyor here.
Which one's Twist Reality?
It's the Counterspell or Manifest Dread.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not knowing a card name, I feel ashamed right there. It's not even like that good of a card. It's a more niche one.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh.
So here's the Fear of Surveillance you were discussing. There's
Right,
also another
right.
Paranormal Analyst, and there's a Shard Mage's Rescue.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I wonder if the pick is actually the Surveillance. It's a 2-mana enchantment creature. We're
Yeah.
really light on 2-drops. I think it's kind of what we're, especially after we picked up the third Unwilling Vessel. We want to keep
Yeah.
our enchantment count pretty high, I want to say.
Yeah, and every attack digs us towards our good cards.
Yeah. And then hopefully we table the Glimmerlight too, and we'll be set.
We already have 2 Glimmer Lights. Oh, Glimmer Burst. What's
No, those are Glimmer Bursts.
Glimmer Burst. Glimmer Light is this stupid flashlight, obviously.
Right.
These ones are exploding flashlights.
Probably Bounce Spell, although unlikely to play both, is my guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that there's these like classic like Enter the Enigma cards you just never end up wanting to play because you just
the thing is that card would be good if there was a blue-red spell. Oh my gosh. One of the best.
I assume that you're saying that because there's a Creeping Peeper in this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this. Although now you should have definitely taken the other Paranormal Analyst, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It was completely my fault. I wasn't advocating for it at all. I can't believe I did that, honestly.
I wish I could click the buttons for you, but I can't. So
yeah, horrifying, really. This card wheels.
Oh, there's a Glimmerlight.
All
Boom.
skill. We've got the card we wanted. Best card in the set.
It's a nice role player.
It's better than Creeping Peeper, I'll tell you that much. Though I don't think I
thought you were super high on the Peeper.
I've literally never played this card.
Yeah,
I've never put it in a deck. There's another Key Bearer. There's a Chandelier.
Maybe the Cult Healer. I don't know. We're not playing any of those cards.
Yeah, we're not playing any of them. Saw.
Oh, ooh.
You want the land?
Do we have enough playables? Like,
yeah, we've got plenty of playables.
I think we have enough playables. Unable to Scream's good, but I think we want to be able to play the Roaring Furnace half without messing up our mana too badly.
We should have taken the Paranormal Analyst.
Yeah, oh gosh, unreal.
I can't believe I did that. I remember you said it very clearly. I want to take the Paranormal Analyst, and I overruled you. I was like, gotta take this creepy looking eye creature.
Roll back to tape.
I honestly can't believe it. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well basically nobody was in blue.
So much Manifest Dread. Oh
yeah,
man,
so
yeah.
The thing is, I don't even think we're playing all of them, so I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah, we're not playing all of them at all. There's no way. I mean, we have like 50 cards here.
Yeah,
I don't even think we need to play a mountain.
4-drops.
I don't even know if we need a mountain. We can just play the 2 Peculiar Lighthouses.
Yeah, because it's kind of a free roll.
Yeah.
But we do have the blue-white land. Our mana is pretty good, but you know, I don't know that you need the mountain.
Yeah. Okay. So our first order of business is to get rid of the peepers. So that's an easy cut.
Agree.
And then I think that we can also cut some number of Vanish from sites.
At least one. The Key Bearer is probably also cuttable, but I guess it also just depends on. Oh man, the Key Bearer and then flipping the Steaming Sauna and killing something.
Oh my gosh, it's like an extra source of red. Like we don't even need a mountain if we play the Key Bearer.
We probably can cut the Healer at 3 and the Apparition.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely Apparition. I don't even know how that got in here. Jeez, that guy's sneaky.
We gotta cut so many cards.
So our 2-drop slot has like 4 cards, and we have this guy as a 1-drop.
Yeah.
We'll probably cut an Underwater Tunnel, a Vanish from Side, a Glimmer Burst, Cold Healer.
The Healer and the Teddy.
We're in the spot where we can just cut all the bad cards, which is nice.
Yep.
We can cut
4 more cards. Unreal.
Yeah. This is wild. We actually have so many playables.
Yeah.
Bottomless Pool. So I think this is a 17 land deck.
This is definitely a 17 land. I don't think we should cut any of the 2s or the 1s. Well, I don't. Not counting the tunnel. I could still see cutting another tunnel if we have
Yeah,
to.
let's just cut one of those.
Yeah.
There's what is your general like do you prioritize curve above everything? Like are we like, oh, there's too many high curve cards?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah. I mean, I'm still looking at probably the 4 mana slot as something to consider cutting here.
Yeah, we could cut Vanish from sight if we think we have
Yeah.
enough interaction.
Yeah, we're pretty good on interaction. We have the bottomless pool as a bounce effect as well. Wait,
Right.
you still have a Vanish from sight in there.
Yeah, I know I didn't cut the last one.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't think I did. Yeah, it's right here. It's hidden behind the 5-drop slot where we'd least expect it.
Right. Fair enough.
I think we can cut it though. And then 2 more cuts. How many enchantments do we have? We have 7 real enchantments, and then we have like a bunch of cards, like 2 more that make enchantments. This makes enchantments.
And a Glimmer Burst.
This one.
So it's like 11.
I feel like we could.
No, I'm saying that's another enchantment.
Oh no, but I think we could cut it probably.
Sure.
And like we could probably cut the Key Bearer too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm all in for. I'm definitely happy just continuing to cut all the expensive things.
Yeah, this deck, as you said, you're not going to run out of stuff to do. Like we just have plenty of stuff. We got the machete to move around.
3 rooms. We have the machete. Yeah, like this should be fine. I don't know that we need 10 blue sources.
Yeah, I was just realizing that this is only blue for it.
Yeah, because this puts us on 9 and 9.
So we have more blue than white, but this gives us 8, 9, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So
I guess the only thing is because we don't have a double, you could consider adding a mountain.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing. Like if you want to make sure that you have one extra way to draw the first. Also, I think I want to play 1 Glimmerlight. I think with the triple Unwilling Vessel, and it gives us a little bit of
But we're already playing the Glimmerlight.
Sorry, the other Glimmer card.
I messed it up earlier. You messed it up. I feel redeemed. Yeah, Glimmerverse. I knew what you meant. I think adding that's good, and then we can cut.
Everything looks.
We could cut Glimmerlight.
I think we want the 5/2s. I think we're.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I wonder how good the Veteran Survivor. I wonder how good that card actually is in our deck. It's just like a 1, but like, do we have anything going on with it? It's not like we're curving out killing people.
No, it's more of like a defensive one that can block their 2-drop.
Right. Like, it feels worse than basically our other 2s for the most part. It just doesn't synergize with anything, and we don't have any way to tap it.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Like if in red white, obviously it's awesome.
I'm down to cut it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Also makes it easier because we have more blue than white, I think. Right. Oh, no, we have equal numbers, but okay, now we have way more blue than white. So we should probably.
Yeah. I mean, you could just go one more blue.
Yeah, that gives us 10-8. More untapped in the early turns.
Seems reasonable. Then that increases the chances you can also turn 1 tunnel to smooth out your draw. Because we have a bunch of tap lands that are blue.
Yeah, this seems pretty reasonable. I like the build. And should be good. I'll run this through the games and let Paul go for now. Where can people find you, Paul? It's been great having you on, and I'm sure folks want to watch more of your videos with your insights and stuff.
No, it's been great. Always fun watching more. I think I've done 30 drafts already. It's just crazy.
Oh my God.
I've been going so crazy with this format. But anyways, if you want to see those drafts, you can either catch me. I do daily draft content on my YouTube channel, which is going to be youtube.com/@Haumph. And I've also just been streaming just because I can't get enough of this format. So if you want to catch me on streaming, it'll be on twitch.tv/Haumph. So those are kind of the 2 main places where you can find my content.
Yeah, so I'll link his YouTube channel and his Twitch channel in the description down below. Here is really a great resource and the best spot to go for daily draft content that you can find. Really an elite player and also really good at explaining things, as you hopefully saw here. But we're going to be letting him go. I'll be running through the matches myself, hopefully be able to get a great result with this awesome deck, and I will see you folks there. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel
at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Because of Patreon support from viewers like you, I'm able to make more high-quality videos on a consistent basis, which is great. As a patron, you gain access to cool rewards, like my card-by-card tier list for each set, where I grade each card on an A through F scale, as well as my format thoughts document, where I go into more detailed analysis on cards, my big picture thoughts on the format, and how I'm approaching things so you can find more success in your own drafts. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round one. It's a shame to see Paul go, but he really is one of the best. So he's helped us draft a masterpiece. He's a really good drafter. You really should check out his YouTube channel. He makes great content over there. Daily draft videos. He's really an expert, and I think everyone can learn from his skills. We're keeping this hand. It's awesome. On the play especially. If we rip a 2-drop off the top, it's even better, but we don't even need it. We're going to be fine. Yeah, it's hard to describe how like good he is at the game. I mean, he's like one of the top mythic players a lot of the time. He's excellent, and yeah, it felt really good to have him on. And now we shall do honor to his name by winning this draft. Okay, our opponent has one of the infinite 2-drops in green. Honestly, the best one for them to have because it matches up so poorly against the Tunnel Surveyor. Okay. Unfortunate not to see a creature and to have been a pretty solid card, but that's okay. I don't want to trade my 2/2 for the 3/1 right now. Because my 1/1 matches up so well against it. And I think I might be able to finagle that trade down the line. Haha, yes! Oh, that's so good. So this will put a lot of inherent pressure on them. I think playing this is better than my other options because now I have Grasp to bounce something and Flood Pit's Drowner, which they don't even know about. Oh, and they're still attacking me? Oh my gosh, they just don't care about all the card advantage I'm about to get. So I want to show, I don't want to let them untap with this because they can turn something face up easily. Bounce this. Tap that. And they're so choked on mana that I'm even just going to do this. Oh, please. Oh, they're blocking with this guy. Okay, perfect. So my guy is going to eventually, if I flip him, I can make it a 1/3, which will then be 4 toughness. Kill that. Maybe I got too hasty with the bottomless pool play. Oh, that's really good for me. Okay. Oh, they're splashing. I don't want to waste any of my resources here. That's a weird block to see. Chainsaw. Yikes. Oh, the double trigger. I'm just going to try to bury them with this card still. Oh, that's going to be good. For now, though, we're just going to keep this simple. Okay, things are looking pretty good. Okay. That's a beautiful draw right there. So I have 8 mana. Just going to maximize triggers from this. Graveyard to my hand. So I don't have any in my graveyard. Oh, I do. I have that guy. But instead I'm going to unlock a door. And then play this. I'm going to buff up my Vigilance guy. Maybe I should have buffed up the flyer. Either way. Yes, we're on the board. Victory to the people. Here we go. See you next round. Welcome to another round. This hand is sketchy, and I think as a result, a mulligan. We don't have both our colors. This hand's okay, though. I think we will ditch the Glimmer Light here. Oh, opponent's also on a mulligan. Nice. I'm wishing I had the Glimmer Light still. I want to get some attacks in with this to filter my draws. Well, that's a real crying shame. Make the trade so I can surveil. I'm going to ditch that guy for now. Playing this guy without playing an enchantment right after is kind of asking for trouble. Well, that's a problem. Ooh, that's going to be good. This thing terrifies me. No blocks. So now they get to just tutor up a land every turn? That's so sick. I'm sure they see the line. No, they didn't see the line. They could have just gotten a land for free. Send in. Are they reanimating? I think I'm going to lose this game. But I do have a kind of funny line here. I really don't have double white, eh? That's funny. Sure. Like, this thing doesn't do anything because my creatures are non-token. It's like they replay it and it ends well for me. They can reanimate something here, though. Which I don't love. I think I'm totally dead here, by the way. There's not much I can do. This game was just like... The way things lined up was really bad for me. I have to sacrifice this. I forgot about that. Whoops. Yeah. Honestly, I think the main card that beat me was this. The head shredder that let them get into combat with this thing so effectively. That's what they're playing? The cultists? They're going to play this turn. I'm going to have to sacrifice one of my 2 rooms. Okay, okay. We're starting to cook here. They're going to play their big guy again. Yep. I think I will ditch... I really want to make my guy a growing flying threat. But I think drawing cards is going to be useful here. Especially because I can also zap one of these creatures to help me. Oh, that's huge. So I play this. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Play this. Play this, play this. Zapping that guy. I can go up to 7, then this thing won't matter. Where's their Stomper? Oh, they put the Shroud Stomper into the graveyard, right? And they can reanimate it. I need to remember that. So I'm at functionally 2 less life. Huge. If only I had one more land. So I go back to 4, so I'm out of range of them reanimating the guy to own me. Like if they bring back Shroud Stomper here. Oh, come on. I wish I had that last turn. Okay. Start with this. Sure. I'm realizing now that I messed this up. Because they brought back the stupid demon. Gosh. So I'm going to lose my 3/3 anyway. What? They're going for the ground game? Oh, they're insane. Oh my gosh. And then they play the demon and I win? Oh my gosh. Oh no, I don't quite win. Because they're going to gain 2 life by attacking with Shard Stomper. Okay, so then they play demon, I exile it, attack them. Yeah. Oh, another one. Huh. Machete. Okay, there's another flyer. That's the card I was hoping to draw. Yep, there it is. And they're all tapped out. Oh my gosh, we got the win! I can't believe we won this game. I thought I'd let Paul down, but I could never have let him down. Because he was with me all along. Do I win by flipping this or by re-equip? Yes! Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we won that game. They got this demon into play like 5 times. Yes! Oh, yes. Woo! What a win. Let's go. See you folks in the next round. Welcome to another round. That was awesome. We're going to keep this hand. Start with a tap land. Gosh, this card is so good. The extra card won us that game. Like, we wanted to drew so many extra cards. I'll run into a removal spell if they have it. They do not. Okay. As me and Paul were discussing, there's a lot of 2-drops in green to play. And they have none of them. Interesting. I don't think I need the land right now. I'm going to play the Tunnel Surveyor. And then next turn I'll play Vessel into Underwater Tunnel. And then maybe I should have kept the land so I could curve into this. Well, they have the most awkward hand ever. Well, that's one of the reasons why I didn't keep the land, because drawing another land is always a possibility. It's always good to play an enchantment the turn you play this, so you at least guarantee something. So now I don't need lands. My opponent already used this card that can take down rooms. They are going to regret that, I expect. I could have maybe done a little bit more pressure by just adding this thing and then bouncing their next play, but this is so much card advantage, and it threatens the kill spell. Ouch. Nico is great. Whoa, they're killing that instead of this. Maybe they have to, but we're going to make them pay. Bring back our guy. Play Nico. Get 2 delirium. I'm not eerie triggers. This is just a massacre. Having 3 of these and not being able to use one on my room is crazy. And we got the win. Let's go. Huge. Feels good. Nice little win there. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We have a great one here. Glimmerlight and Glimmerburst tripped me and Paul up during the draft portion. Let's hope they can trip up our opponents during this game. Not opponents, opponent, singular. Do I lead with the Paranormal Analyst? Maybe. Jeez, Nico is so good. I'm probably playing Glimmerburst on turn 4. I think I'll play that Analyst on turn 2. It can at least threaten the block on this guy. Wow, nice. They don't even threaten the attack there. Make my guy a little more formidable so I can block this. Playing this into Nico the following turn seems pretty ridiculous. Uh-oh. I might actually lose this game. I think I'm going to stick to the plan, this into this, and hope that that can carry me. My 2-4 can block this. I've got some chumps lined up for the 4-5. Still no blocks because this thing's going to grow so I can chump for more damage later. So they are off to a good start. No value. Sad day. I was hoping I'd draw a room or something with my monster. I don't think this is a creature, based on the way they've played. I'm looking for my bounce spell to bounce this thing back to my hand, and then I can play it and get some sick value. That's pretty good. Oh, I messed this up. Exile a non-legendary creature. Sure. Another reason to save up your blockers. Okay. So this is going to be good. So I play this. I play this. Then I play this. I think I'm firmly in the driver's seat here, though one Manifest Red card changes a lot. They've been looting so much. I need to kill this thing. I don't want to equip this to something else. Okay. Start by cracking this. I have so many good cards to draw. Hmm. 7 minutes, yeah, that's enough. Sure. So I can hit them for 5. Because I don't only get this in a 1/1, but I also get a 3/1. And I kind of want to force them to attack me so I can use Seize from Slumber more efficiently. Mm-hmm. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could have equipped this thing, but I wanted to have the ability to play this for the full 5. Artifact, enchantment. I have more than enough flyers to win this game. More than enough flyers, more than enough jump blockers. Keep all my flyers alive. Jump block with all my guys. Make trades. Take 2. Seems good to me. It would have been funny if I killed this guy in response. Nice! Got the win. So far, we are cruising. What a deck. I guess this is what happens when you have such a legendary drafter come on as a guest. Thanks, Paul, for all the wins. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're going to keep this on the play. Super sketchy, but I believe in the fear of surveillance finding me an island. Remember, I have 10 islands, 10 blue sources in the deck. So I've got more than enough to get the job done. And I've got some of my best cards. Don't even need the island. Or, I mean, didn't even need it. Yeah, we're keeping that on top 100%. I will still play this, though, because I don't want to waste my mana completely. Especially if I hit a creature here on the second card from the top. Genius. Just look at all of the value I'm getting. Oh my gosh, that was sweet. And then I'm going to play the machete and get to draw a card. Oh, man. Oh, right. Okay, I can manifest this. And then I'll draw that. Oh my gosh. The tools. The tools just won me that one game. Oh my gosh. This deck is unbelievably good. Okay, enduring courage. They can kill the analyst if they want. I don't have that much surveillance in my deck. I guess I have one in play. Keep that on top. Okay. Oh, having a vigilance creature with this is so good. I'll hold back for a turn now. Ouch. Hmm. I'll take 3. That's perfect. So if next turn I can play this and this, I'll be in good shape. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks indeed. And they have the combat trick. Oh, right. I forgot that combo with the Enduring Courage. Yeah. That game would have been a bit different if I had not lost my dissection tools. They also had this card, which was really good. Maybe I have to trade with it because it gets the ability whether it's dead or alive. Yep, that was tough. See you folks next round. Welcome to another great hand on the draw. Actually, on the play. Even better. We got some nice tempo elements. Maybe tempo them out. We don't have white mana yet, but we don't have any white cards, so we're fine on that front. Yes, the Glimmer Light. Oh my gosh, when the world needed it most. I think we were undefeated when we've drawn this card. Okay. Black, white, eh? We were able to defeat that earlier. Uh-oh. Beautiful. When you have an equipment, you really want to value your creatures accordingly. Like in the late game when I don't need it anymore, I'll be able to like move this equipment around, attack, move it over. This thing should not ever be able to trade with something of equal value. It should only ever trade for one of these glimmers if I play it right. I'm going to let them get this into play for 1 turn. Because I'm going to play this and then attack them for 3 again. Okay. I'm going to set up for the card draw with this. This guy's pretty annoying here. Okay. So I use this, bounce this guy. I don't want them to have this thing around, though. This thing's not looking great, though. I'll cash in a Glimmer for a card. Okay, that's actually huge for me. I desperately needed them to do that. So either they jump block my 2/4 or they double block my 2/4 and let me draw a card. I could have used Unable to Scream, but they still have these 2 guys in their hand that I know about. I could have also exiled this artifact. Well, that was a good one to kill. Sure. I'm trying to get this thing to die into a flyer. They go trade, trade, or chump trade or something. Then I have a 2/2 flyer that can maybe draw me a card every turn. I know 2 of their 3 cards aren't useful. Play my planes out. If I had to discard that for some reason, it'd be really bad. I'm definitely in just top deck mode here. Like, I have cards that require double white in my deck. Okay. I'm definitely not blocking that. Huge. This is what I was saying about the equipment. I can move it over, hit them for 2, move it back. Mm-hmm. Trying to bait out a removal spell here. If they had a kill spell, they almost certainly would have used it there. Or maybe not. Maybe they're like, oh, he'll just get another 1/1 with this. But this way I can get back my Unable to Scream. I'm getting rid of this guy because it'll give lifelink, which could buy them an extra turn if they do top deck an enchantment. And I'm going to play out my... Because now I have lethal in the air. Oh no, I'm 1 point off. Oh, I did that wrong. Nice, got the win. I only have 7 power in the air. I should have gotten rid of the other guy, I think, then. Regardless, got the win. Exciting stuff. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round on the draw. Why do I keep saying we're on the draw? We're on the play. We have to mulligan this. We can keep this, though. And here we go. I think there's a pretty clear, easy which cards to get rid of. We really want to keep the dissection tools. So I didn't play this because I don't really want to tap this down. Trading 1/1s is bad for me because the 1/1 is really good with dissection tools. Yes! I am the greatest player ever! Wait, what? No, I'm just kidding. I was probably going to win that game, though. I had the tools all lined up. That's why you have to mulligan sketchy hands. Like, I could have kept a very similar hand to what my opponent kept. But I decided to mulligan, and that's why the mulligan button exists. See you folks in the final round. Welcome to the final round. Our last hurdle before victory. We're keeping this hand easily. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That can get scary. Oh, it's in green-white? I'm a lot less scared. Oh my gosh, my tunnel surveyors shall eat you for breakfast, opponent. This is one of those sick interactions where you're just like, oh, Wary Watchdog is just getting owned. What's it supposed to do? Presumably just wait until my opponent is, like, got an enchantment to buff up its toughness by 1. Machete. Now, this is a game where I think I do exile the machete. Because it's not going to end anytime soon, and the +2/+1 is going to be a big deal. Easy peasy. Because the last time it was, like, relevant because I was kind of, like, getting some tempo value. Here I'm just playing nice and conservative. I can play this, bring back my 3-drop, get another 1/1. If I draw a land, I can play this and then bring back my 3-drop and get a bunch of counters on this. Start playing 3-color. So their Wary Watchdog can finally attack. And they're getting a mana disadvantage on that trade. This is honestly a little inefficient, but 4 damage is a lot for me here. The Glimmerlight plus one of those things could trade for the dog on its own. So they kept it on top. Land would be good here. Non-land is also okay. Okay, I will say Glimmerlight is performing excellently. I'm glad Paul gave me the incentive to try it out by saying you should take this card. So like me, now it's like really good that I, oh, okay. No blocks, I'll take 7. We're going to try the double block on this. I just need to draw a land at some point this game. Going for the riskiest block. They only have 1 draw step to work with here. I don't think this is a creature or they would have flipped it. This is really tough. The sequence of this into land is still so good for me. I'm going to go to 1. Big draw step. I need a land. Not a land. I know I could use Glimmerlight here, but I really want to set up my draw steps as well. Okay, so I guess I'm dead now. That's rough. That's rough. Welcome to the actual final round. We're 6-2, so either we win this in glory or lose this in sadness. You got to just put games like that last one behind you, where if I just draw a land at any point that game, I win easily, but you know, such is life. Because I get so many extra blockers by bringing back one of these. Gonna save unable to scream. Block, block. It's all perfect. Huh. This game got more interesting. They might be stuck on lands because that sort of play is not what you do when you have all your options available to you. Okay. They're so stuck on lands, I think I can do this. I've got some more card draw coming. This will draw me cards. They missed their land again. Oh my gosh, what a rip. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have left one of these back just so they couldn't attack me. Going to 7 here is so unnecessary. Okay. Nice. Not the most satisfying conclusion, but feels so good to win a trophy. Awesome. Also, there's this thing called blue-white Cheons because Paul Cheon is known for drafting blue-white. I don't know exactly why, but I think it was a cube thing. But winning with blue-white Cheons with Paul Cheon as a guest, super sweet. Man, that was awesome. What a run. First of all, before we get to the wrap up, huge shout out to Paul Cheon for helping me draft this masterpiece, help me build it, and on it all overall just coming on as a guest. His YouTube channel, Paul Cheon, is fantastic. You can look him up. He also goes by Houmph on Twitch, and you can like search that up and you'll find him as well. But I'll put the links to everything in the description down below. And I really do appreciate him coming on. It was a lot of fun and it was a really cool draft. And this deck ended up being awesome. So huge shout out to him. Definitely check out his stuff. I mean, this deck was a masterpiece. We had Roaring Furnace, we had dissection tools, we had the Ghostly Dancers, we had Nico Light of Hope that we got 3rd pick. We just had like every card we could possibly want, but these 4 were just absolutely houses and really incredible. We got a super late Unnerving Grasp. The cards all performed well. The deck was really cool, and having 2 lighthouses to splash the Roaring Furnace in the control deck was super, super cool. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag. It's really funny to have a Nico, and my username is NicolaiBolas. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Houmph to let me know you made it all the way to the end, because that's Paul's username, and it's a really cool one to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. That's gonna do it for this one though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.